News just in, Indian media fabricates missile attack story. This is news just in, Indian media fabricates missile attack story to cover military failures. News just in, Indian media is fabricating missile attack story to cover its own military failures. Pakistan denies false claims of missile strikes in Indian Punjab, and fake news alert, no damage seen at the alleged missile site. Indian media staged false flag to mislead the world. For more details, we've been joined by our correspondent Fahad Missin. Yes, Fahad, how would you like to give us the details about that Indian media is now fabricating missile attack stories to cover their own military failures?
Yes, Fiza, as tension escalates between Pakistan and India, Indian media outlets have activated a fake news factory to cover up their failures of the Indian military. Indian media has been broadcasting false claims that Pakistan launched a missile strike into India's Punjab region, claims that are being widely debunked as fabricated and baseless. Security experts highlight that the real reason behind these fabricated stories is India's embarrassment following its military failures, particularly the destruction of multiple Indian fighter jets by the Pakistan Air Force. Faced with mounting losses and shaken national morale, Indian media has allegedly been tasked with distracting domestic audience by manufacturing fresh drama. The so-called missile attack is nothing more than a staged false flag comparable to the earlier Pahalgam false flag episode. And video evidence shows that alleged missile projectile lying on grass without any visible damage to the ground, raising clear doubts about the authenticity of the Indian claims. Defense analysts further warn that reports have been circulating for days about Narendra Modi's potential plans to stage a false flag operation in Indian Punjab and pin the blame on Pakistan. Indian media, they argue, is playing a critical role in advancing this deceptive narrative, not only to mislead the international community, but also to provoke the Indian Sikh population against Pakistan for political mileage. And according to defense commentators, baseless accusations without evidence have become a hallmark of Indian media's nationalistic reporting, which seems to equate propaganda with national pride. And Pakistani officials and security experts urge the international community to see through this disinformation campaign and hold India accountable for its reckless military adventurism and propaganda warfare. And let's be very clear, the recent Indian media hysteria about a so-called Pakistani missile attack is nothing but a smoke and mirrors. The facts on the ground and the lack of any real evidence expose this as a desperate propaganda move by a rattled Indian establishment. Why is India resorting to such theatrics? Simple, the embarrassment of watching its fighter jets shot down by the Pakistani Air Force, the failure of its military aggression, and the collapse of its carefully crafted narrative of superiority. When you can't hide battlefield losses, you create a false flag drama, one designed to distract your public and inflame motions. And look closely, the missiles they claim landed in Punjab is visibly undamaged, lying harmlessly on the grass with no impact crater and no scorch marks and no destruction. It's laughable and it reeks of the same script Indians ran during the Pahalgam false flag. But this isn't just about media fakery. There is a dangerous game here. Indian defense commentators have long warned that Modi's government may attempt a false flag inside Indian Punjab, hoping to manipulate the domestic politics and provoke Sikh population by blaming Pakistan. What we are seeing is a deliberate effort to muddy the waters, deflect blame, and cover military failures with dangerous nationalist propaganda. Pakistan urges the world and especially independent international observers to cut through the noise. Baseless accusation without proof cannot be allowed to shape regional narrative. India must be held accountable not only for its cross-border aggression, but also fueling tension through reckless disinformation campaigns. The stakes are too high for cheap propaganda to drive two nuclear-armed nations towards further conflict. And facts matter, truth matters, and Pakistan stands ready to expose the truth. Yes, Fiza.
Right, thank you for the details. Well, Indian media fabricated missile attack story to cover the military failures. Pakistan denies the false claims of missile attack in Indian Punjab. Now we can conveniently say that baseless allegations are now Indian media's national pride.